Right guys, we're going to start off today just going through this new purchase, which is the Alpicool portable fridge freezer. So just doing an unboxing. So I've kind of, to speed up this video, I've kind of taken it out already, as you can see here. And what I'm going to do is just literally run through this purchase so that you can just see, is it a wise choice or is it not a wise choice? Okay, so if you bear with me, let's go have a get into here. So opening up the fridge, there you go. We're going to go this part here. And as you can see guys, very nice design. So I've gone for the T60 model, which hopefully you can see there. It's quite a nice deep, if I put my hand in, I'll see how far my hand can go. It's quite deep. Deeper than I must admit expected, which is absolutely fantastic, because it's precisely what I wanted in terms of this investment of this fridge freezer. So what have we got here? We've also got a box with we have our charger, and we also have our basically a couple of cables, an adapter, and what have we got there, the car volt charger as well. Okay, so we've also got the LED screen here, so hopefully you guys can see that. Okay, so let's have a look. And what I want to do is I want to test this today just to see if this essentially will work with my basically Power Oak EB150 solar panel, and then fingers crossed this will work. If that works with that, then obviously that will meet all the requirements I need for camping. I'll go through the specs with you in just a moment, so if you just bear with me and I'll speak to you shortly. Okay guys, just quickly, just making sure that I could just go through and make sure that I'm getting myself a bit prepared here so that we can see. Now just looking at the EB150, and on the EB150 you've got your obviously power button here, your DC there, and also your AC options. You've got your USB port options, and you've got your cigarette option, and obviously your direct inputs, which you can use either from direct from your electricity power source or from solar. If we go around to the back of this, we've also got the power to AC power options, both obviously at a maximum of 1000 watts. And if we go back to the Alpicool, okay, so we've got here on the Alpicool, we've got where we're going to plug in the Alpicool option here. Let's have a look here. Let's know if that goes there. I think does it go that way? Okay. Oh, am I doing this wrong? No, I'm doing it completely wrong, so I do apologise guys. I'm doing this absolutely wrong here. Bear with me a second. Let me just adjust here. Trying to plug it in the wrong place. You can obviously see this is definitely directly out of the box product show. So haha. Okay, again, let's plug this into there. Now let's plug that into there, it looks like. So that way, and then let's do plug outlet into here. Okay, right, also comes with its manual. Again, haven't read the manual, typical guy, sorry guys, but you know, I'm not technical here. I've bought this for a number of reasons. The one things that kind of sold it to me was we go camping a lot, got 2 small children, and you know, the wife was just saying like the cooler box, but when we go for what we call additional days, i.e. like, you know, we're talking like 7+ days, then for us it was a case of, you know what, the cooler box isn't lasting as long as obviously we'd like it to. So this Alpicool has fast cooling technology. Basically only takes 50 minutes to cool down. It's got it can also provide 7 hours of refrigerating for 7 hours straight away once you've even unpowered it, which is pretty impressive. It's got a dual temperature control, and it's also got basically a sensor divider, which we can see right here. I believe that's the sensor divider. So that's the technology here, which basically divides one compartment into a fridge and one of them into the freezer element. Okay, so you can decide which one you want to do. Okay, so I need to double check if there's actually, if you get the choice, or whether one leans towards being more favorable for the fridge and one leans more favorable for the freezer. So I've got the durability part of it. You know, if we talk about ease of access, I've got its wheels, as you can see on the back here, nice and simple wheels, and you've got your handles there at the front on both sides to lift, and there you go, nice long handle where you can actually just literally just pull it away, it lifts up, and you can just pull it so that you can at least obviously drag this, because obviously when this is filled with food, you can imagine it'll be quite heavy. This capacity is 60 litres, and like I say, it can store your good food types, as in, you know, your beverages, you know, if you want to put some frozen burgers or etc. in there, even some ice creams. For the kids, fantastic option there. Okay, so like I say, we do a lot of camping. We used to use this particular Coleman's cooler box, which is absolutely fantastic, by the way. However, we just thought to ourselves, you know what, we want to just make use of a longer stay and see if we can get the fridge freezer that actually will help out with us. And for those that are obviously camping, that camp quite a bit, you can appreciate that when you camp, it's fantastic. The cooler box lasts in the first couple of days, but when the sun goes in, the temperature drops significantly, which is obviously a benefit to the cooler. However, when the sun comes up, it's almost like you have to get out of that tent, and, you know, by normally like 10 o'clock, if the sun just bursts in, then all of a sudden the tent gets really hot, and then your cooler box gets hot. And obviously some people might say, well, look, just leave your cooler box outside. That's obviously practical as well, and they'll probably buy you a couple more days. So back to the Alpicool, what wattage does it use? And this is where I want to do this quick test just to kickstart this, and hopefully we'll see that this all goes in hand and we're getting a bit of return of investment. So how many watts does the Alpicool use? In terms of its power consumption, it's approximately 45 watts. I've been just doing a bit of research, just checking. It can draw between 45 and 50 odd watts, and whilst cooling, it's approximately around 0.8, 0.9 watts in steady usage. So there's also an eco mode option, which allows us to obviously kickstart and make sure which makes sense to use, and hopefully the compressor can cool up to it says minus 20 Celsius, showing a powerful chilling performance. So fingers crossed this is a good start. So let's get started and see if we can power this up. So let's go to power here, switch it on, and let's go to come to the AC. The AC's on. Okay, now how do we power this up here? Let's remove this. Sorry guys if you've seen any reflections, but as you can see, it's just beat. Okay, and on here, you can hear, I don't know if you can hear the noise. There you can hear the compressor. Now, one word of warning, having done my research, I did notice that I've been advised that when you purchase this, obviously when the courier delivers these items, or how you've purchased it, whether you purchased it from the shop, you must ensure that you've got it upright for at least 24 hours to allow the compressor to settle. Again, not technical, so you know, I'm just following that instructions just to be on the safe side, just to avoid having to break anything without following some baseline instructions. Okay, so you can see how it's set to 18. Okay, and there you go, there's your other power options, and there's an eco mode option there. So if we click onto the settings, I've got to put it straight into eco mode. Now this is what I'm going to call part 1 of the video. Got a USB option there. I'm quite sure what we're going to use that for, probably a firmware update. So I'm going to utilize this just to double check what kind of wattage we're getting out of this. And on the eco, let's have a look. Let's just tilt you up a bit. Hopefully you might be able to make that out there. Yep, you can just see that's approximately kick started around 70, now it's dropping to around the 62 watts, got back up to 65. So look, that's good. We know that's working fine with the EB150. I'm going to do a completely separate video on this other EB150 because I do think it's a fantastic product. I'm going to focus this particular on the Alpicool. So this is part 1. We're going to go into part 2, and what I'm going to do is let this kickstart, put some food in it, and come back with part 2, and then we can double check and make sure it's operation and how we want it to. Take care. Hi, welcome back guys. I thought, like I say, we're going to part 2. I decided to do a quick test to see if the compartments are going to operate as exactly how they've been instructed to. Just before I start on that part, these settings here, they're pretty easy to use. However, I thought to myself, let's download that app. I've downloaded the app, and with the app, hopefully you can see that guys without the reflection. Let me just see what I can do. Yeah, it's the best angle. So basically I've downloaded the app, and what I would say is the app is absolutely much easier to use. Okay, so sorry about the reflection guys, but what I've done with this app is I've essentially just amended it. So the left hand side is basically going to operate as the fridge, and the right hand side is going to operate as the freezer side. Now at 12:36 I decided to put 2 bottles of water into the fridge freezer, one on the fridge side, one on the freezer side. So there are 2 bottles of 1 litre bottles of water. Now this is just to double check how cool and we're going to get these actual bottles of water. So if we check here, I just put my hand in. Yep, that's definitely getting cooler, which is fantastic. And this side definitely getting cooler as well. Now just by putting my hand there, I can feel that it's definitely getting cooler. So I'm going to just leave this, just probably test it in the next hour or so, just to see how much we can get, and can we actually see if this Alpicool can actually reach to a kind of freezing temperature to really demonstrate how good and how efficient this fridge freezer is. Okay. Right, morning guys. We're back today. Just finishing off the testing for this Alpicool fridge freezer. We've so as I don't know if you recall, there's obviously earlier in the video I was just saying that we've done a test basically with 2 litres of water, 1 litre bottles of water, 1 in the freezer compartment and 1 in the fridge compartment. We carried out that test at 13:09. It is now, let's have a look at the watch. It is now, and if you guys can see that. Hi guys, good morning. We're finalising the test for this Alpicool fridge freezer. I carried out the testing yesterday at 13:09 by putting one bottle or 1 litre bottle in the fridge compartment and one in the freezer compartment. We obviously put the power source with the Bluetti EB150, left it overnight just to see what we're going to get in terms of how well and how efficient this fridge freezer is. I'm pleased to say that the Bluetti Power, absolutely fantastic, stayed on. We've just gone down, we started off with 4 bars and it's now gone down to 2 bars. So it just shows you, I think that the compressor, obviously once it's at its efficient temperature, it's obviously smart enough to reduce its power requirements and allow us to go. So the time is, you can see on my watch, is 9:06. So we virtually now have, what's that in terms of time wise, that's approximately just under 11 hours, isn't it? So let's open up and have a look. Okay guys, so this is the fridge compartment here, what we're looking at. If I pull that out, oh, that is fantastically, that's cold and it still is fluid, it's not iced over. So that's nice to see. So again, absolutely brilliant, works fantastic. It says that compartment is also says that it's 3 degrees, and then the other compartment, freezer, is saying it's a -7. If we have a look at this side, the freezer compartment side, wow, there you go. Don't know if you can see that guys, but that is fantastic. Now that is solid as ice can be, no pressing in there, no fluid whatsoever. So I am extremely pleased with the results of that. I'm also pleased with that the EB150 has managed to stay and obviously power. Now I know obviously the wattage does get lower and lower, and so that allows it to be more efficient, and we've got the compressor, but it just means basically it's doing the job exactly what I expected. So out of 10, definitely would be pleased to say I'm giving this a 9 out of 10 for what I require, and the fact that it just froze the whole entire bottle, and fantastic. Take care guys.